Erling!
How's life? Life is good?
Unbelievable.
Did you, what was the anxiety levels, the nerves coming into this game? How high were they?
No, I was really nervous.
You were or you weren't?
No, I was really nervous, I have to say. Felt it in my stomach today.
Anywhere else?
What does that mean?
Why are they always asking these awkward questions?
I'm asking this always. I'm asking myself the same thing every time.
No, I was nervous, to be honest, because I feel it. I feel something big, and everyone knew it was a big game. We could win the treble. Of course, I felt it, but we managed to win it as a team, and in the end, that's what really matters.
You speak about the pressure. We spoke to you a few months ago at the Etihad, and you said, I know I've been brought in. What for? This team has won the Premier League before. Did you feel that pressure individually in terms of the Champions League?
Yeah, I did. And also on the Premier League, because they won it twice. So for me to come in and don't win the Premier League would be not disaster, but not good, you know. So it's been really tough mentally last couple of weeks to know that I'm able to do it, and to do it now, such a relief. Honestly, it's unbelievable.
You're joining 3 other Norwegians who's done the same. How proud are you of that?
Yeah, it's to put the Norway on the map even more is fantastic. So it's been quite some time since someone won the treble. So it was about time someone did it again.
So what? I'm just happy for you. I think what happened in the last 2.5 weeks just shows you the pedigree of this team, because we've been covering that. You haven't really played well. You've been very, very effective. It hasn't been the style of play that was the important thing. It was about winning, and I think that's what's the big change in Man City.
Yep.
Was that now you can win ugly, and it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't have to be this elegant play, and that's how you do it. And today, I mean, you're riding your luck a little bit, but you had one chance, one moment of brilliance, taking advantage of a situation, and you scored, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think most of the team have learned a lot from the final 2 years ago, and it's a much more experienced team. They've been through a lot. Look at the last season, the last game in the Premier League. This is about proper experience, you know. And we know this, and we've been knowing this for ever since February, you know, when we knew Arsenal was in front there in Premier League, and also in Champions League. We knew we were going to meet Bayern, that's been winning Champions League many times, Real Madrid, that's been winning most of the times, and don't forget this team has also won a couple of times. So we knew we had to be mentally strong, and to go into the game, maybe not to play the most beautiful game, football, but to win it, because in these games, it's the most important thing.
Erling, your manager came over, Pep Guardiola, and he said this show is the funniest show on TV. I mean, would you agree with your manager?
Please say yes.
Sometimes you two are a bit awkward.
Awkward in which way, dancing or which way singing?
The dancing is definitely awkward.
They say a bit, sometimes a bit too much, or?
Yeah.
Do you think?
But do you want to show us how?
No, I'm not a dancer. I'm not dancing.
Come on, neither are we.
I'm not a dancer.
How will you celebrate tonight? What does celebrating look like for you?
Celebration is a good question. First of all, with my family, with my teammates, of course. I haven't seen my dad yet, so.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's on the game, so.
I've been looking for him.
That's the first question I wanted to. That's the question I wanted to ask you. Now I have the time to ask you. What was your first thought when the ref blew the whistle? I'll share mine when I won it. My daughter, because it was her birthday. That's the first thing I wanted on the birthday of my daughter. So that was my first thought. What was yours?
First, I made a free kick, a stupid free kick. I never had so much pain in my stomach ever before. When I pushed him a little bit, I was like, nah, why am I doing this? I gave them a chance, you know.
And then after when the ref blew the whistle, what was your first
seconds.
thought?
Yeah, and then it was just full of emotions, because it's been such a long season, and I got brought here to, of course, win the Champions League. And then to win the Champions League is the first thing I was thinking. I was just like 100 kilos away from my shoulders, kind of feeling. I don't have a daughter, so I didn't think of this. I was just thinking of this club the first time we actually did it. You know, we completed the treble. That's what I was thinking of. Then I actually cried a lot. I don't remember the last time I cried this much in my life.
Man,
Your
you deserve
hometown.
it. You deserve it.
And as I said, this also shows that everything is possible no matter where you come from.
Amen.
From a small town in Norway, to be able to be on the biggest stage and win the biggest trophies is also motivation for me.
Did you think that back then when you were living there, when you were growing up?
I dreamt, and I always said this, I dreamt of winning the Champions League. Of course, Premier League and so on as well, but Champions League was always felt a bit more, you know, when I watched the games, they were more special, Wednesday night, these kind of games. So in the end, this is my biggest dream, winning this, and now I did it.
So what's next? What's next? You've won a treble in your first season. What can you do next season? More goals?
Good
More
question.
assists?
Good
Well,
question.
how can you improve?
European Championship.
52 goals you scored, all competitions. Can you beat that next season?
I should have scored more. I had a lot of chances. I could have scored today as well. But I think in a couple of days, I think I will feel this all these emotions, and then I think I will want to do it again, for sure, for sure.
Okay, well,
I know
okay.
a little bit about being a parent of a professional footballer. How much credit should be given to your mother for this result?
A lot, of course. No, of
She was
course.
a professional, wasn't she?
Yeah, no, not football. She was not football.
She was a professional sportsman.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
yeah.
running. She was running.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where I have my pace from. But no,
Yeah,
the
but you
support-
didn't get that from your dad.
No.
When
of
I
course
played
not.
with your dad, this is the truth. His contribution to that year was on the massage table. He was injured for 12 months.
No, but honestly, my parents a huge role. I moved out in 2017, start of 2017, and they've been supporting me ever since. My mother a bit in the shadow, my father a bit more in the spotlight, and yeah, they've been supporting me ever since day one, driving me around on training, giving me food every single day. When I think back of it, what a stressed life they must have had. I ate so much when I was
Just
young.
feeding you.
And I always wanting more and everything. So them driving me to games and everything is, of course, it's emotional. And maybe when I think of this, the first thing I was thinking of was the sacrifice, not only me but also my parents and everyone
Yes.
has been doing the last 15 years. You know, so that meant everything in the end.
Erlen, you right now are the best striker in world football. I think we'd all agree with that. On your right here he was the best striker in football. We're asking you questions right now. Is there anything you'd like to ask Thierry Henry?
Wow.
If you could have one question,
No,
a bit of
yeah.
insight from Thierry. He's been in your
Wow.
position before.
No, yeah, I would have loads, but now I think of so many things. But if you would like to give me one advice, what would it be?
One advice. Oh, I said it on air. I just think that in the box there is nothing that you can learn. What you do is second to none. But back to the goal, going on to your right, sometimes making the runs where you don't want to go. There's some stuff that you can learn, but then they're going to go to the quadruple if they do that. That's the thing. In England, you can do the quadruple.
Stop it. Stop it.
What do you
Don't-
mean? Stop it.
No more advice.
If he
52 goals.
If he starts
No,
to
come
go
on.
on his
Oh,
right and finishing with his right across the same
my
run that he
God.
makes on the left, it's over. He will score 100 goals per week.
No, but honestly, I agree, because don't forget I'm 22. Think back when all of you were 22. Imagine from 22 and now, of course, now you are a bit older, you don't play football anymore, but there's so much you're gonna learn. And in 3 years, I will be thinking back of me like how I was thinking, you know, because just me, from when I signed for Dortmund and now, it's such a big difference from so many things, from
Salzburg and everything.
how I
mean,
think
it's crazy.
after games, how I think before games, how I motivate myself, how I speak to others. You get experience through people and of course on the pitch, and I totally agree with it. I can develop so much
I
more.
have one. Going to the World Cup with Norway.
Was that a question?
No, I'm saying is that something that you have on your mind?
Yeah, of course.
Because you have a good team. I think the starting 11 is not bad.
Yeah, for me, for sure. World Cup, Euros, both. I would love to play World Cup and Euros with Norway, and I will do everything I can to make it happen. Of course, it's Norway, but as you say, we're getting there. The players are getting there. We have Ødegaard that's been captain one season for the second best team in England. That's a really good thing. So we're getting there, and that's also, I think, if I'm gonna look back at my career, I would need to have this. I would need to play World Cup or Euros.
I wish you all the
Sorry,
best.
before you go, can I
can,
just see
you
that medal? Can I touch it?
As much as you want, mate.
Oh my! Wow! Wow!
Listen,